Electrocast.
Welcome to Tune In to Sound Wellbeing, the podcast where Amanda Mackay, our sound therapy expert, unlocks the healing potential of sound therapy and tuning forks in wellness. I'm Stephen, your co-host, joining Amanda on this journey into the world of frequencies and vibrations. So whether you're a curious learner or wellness enthusiast, our show offers you fresh insights and practical knowledge. Come with us to uncover the mysteries of sound, embrace new wellness perspectives, and experience the transformative magic of frequencies and vibration. Tune into Sound Wellbeing is here to harmonise your mind, body, and soul. Welcome back again, everyone, to another episode of Tune Into Sound Wellbeing. Joining me for another exciting episode is our resident sound therapy expert, Amanda Mackay. Hello, Amanda. How are you today?
Hi, Steve. Yes, back in the hot seat for another week.
Yes, it has been hot. Talk about an endless summer. That's exactly what beautiful Brisbane feels like at this time of year. Hot and sticky.
Yep, the heat and humidity is relentless at the moment.
Well, lucky for us that we're going to be in the air-conditioned comfort of Mind, Body, Spirit in the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival in beautiful Brisbane this week, yeah?
Yes, we will. I'm very excited. So we should tell everyone that actually we are going to be at the Mind, Body, Spirit at the Exhibition and Convention Centre this weekend. So Friday, Saturday and Sunday, February 23, 24 and 25.
Yep.
I think it's around 9 to 6.
Yep.
Every day, and we'll be at stand E56.
Although that has been subject to change at the last minute sometimes, hasn't it?
Yeah, sometimes at times, yeah. But where we are at the moment, we're towards the far end of the hall. So if you're interested in coming along, having a look at our range of products, courses, workshops, or just booking in for the clinic for a session, if you want to come and meet us, put a face to the voices and have a chat, We'd love to see you.
Yep.
And it's always a great festival. There's so many things, lots of diverse characters and products. It's a real festival of alternate culture and thinking.
Indeed, it is. So, this weekend, Friday the 23rd of February through to Sunday the 25th from 9 to 6 at the Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre. So pop in for a butcher's hook. That's rhyming slang for a look. We would love to see you all. Now, getting down to business, another riveting show in store for you all again today. This week, we're going to be covering archetypal images and sonic symbols, which sounds fascinating.
Absolutely, it is fascinating and quite an expansive topic with plenty of interesting talking points and subject matter.
So plenty of fodder for the potter, yeah?
Yes, you're such a poet.
Oh, don't you know it? So when I bust a rhyme, it must mean it's time for me to hand it to Tuning In with Amanda.
Oh my goodness, okay. That might be your best segue yet. Now, archetypal images are universal symbols or patterns that recur across different cultures, myths and religions. There are quite literally thousands of them. They're deeply ingrained in the human psyche and are thought to represent fundamental human experiences and emotions. Now, Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist, psychoanalyst and philosopher, introduced the modern day concept of archetypes. He believed these universal symbols are a part of the collective unconscious shared by all humans. So let's look at some of these symbols in various cultures and belief systems. Firstly, Yin and Yang, Taoism. Now, in Taoism, the yin-yang symbol represents the interconnectedness and interdependence of opposites. The dark and light halves symbolize the dual nature of existence. The mandala in Hinduism and Buddhism. Mandala, a geometric figure representing the universe, is found in Hindu and Buddhist traditions. It symbolizes wholeness, unity, and the journey towards self-realization. The Ankh is in the ancient Egyptian culture, and it resembles a cross with a loop at the top. It's an ancient Egyptian symbol of life. It represents eternal life and the vital force that sustains existence. The Om is in Hinduism. So the Om is a sacred sound and a spiritual icon in Hinduism. It symbolizes the essence of the ultimate reality, consciousness, and the interconnectedness of all beings. Now the cross is a central symbol in Christianity, representing the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ. It's a symbol of faith, redemption, and divine love. The lotus flower, now this is in a lot of different cultures. The lotus flower is a common symbol like in Hinduism, Buddhism, and ancient Egyptian beliefs. It represents purity, enlightenment, and rebirth. The spiral is a universal symbol found in diverse cultures. It can represent growth, evolution, and the cycle nature of life. So the significance of these symbols are their cultural universality, because archetypal symbols transcend cultural boundaries and they highlight and emphasize shared human experiences and emotions. They also provide a psychological resonance as they tap into the collective unconscious, evoking deep psychological responses and connections. But not only that, they also provide spiritual and philosophical guidance and can often serve as guides for spiritual and philosophical exploration, offering insights into the mysteries of existence. So understanding archetypal images and symbols provides a lens through which we can explore the common threads woven into the fabric of human consciousness across time and cultures. These symbols carry profound meanings and can serve as powerful tools in practices like tuning fork therapy, where sound and symbolism converge for holistic well-being. Now, sonic vibrations or sound frequencies have a profound impact on human consciousness and emotions. The intersection of sound and archetypal images creates a unique realm where auditory stimuli evoke deep psychological and spiritual responses. This is shown in various cultures throughout history. So, for example, ancient Greek philosopher Pythagoras explored the mathematical relationships between musical notes.
The square of the hypotenuse of a right-angled triangle is equal to the area to the sum of the squares on the other two sides.
Yes, that is his most famous theorem, but he also believed in the harmony of spheres, asserting that celestial bodies emit frequencies producing a music of the spheres. Now, another is sacred chants during rituals. Various cultures have employed sound, including chanting and drumming in rituals. These rituals often involve archetypal symbols, creating a multi-sensory experience, and that enhances spiritual connection. There are also mantras in various Eastern traditions, such as Hinduism and Buddhism, using repeated sound vibrations to focus the mind and achieve spiritual states. Mantras often have symbolic meanings connected to archetypal concepts. I know a favourite of Steve's is the Gregorian chant, which we associate with Christianity and Christian monks. Mm-hmm. And they're characterised by specific rhythmic patterns and melodic structures and have been used in Christian rituals for over 1,000 years.
Yes, in those beautiful big churches they have, just all the harmonic acoustics in those places I find incredible.
Oh, it's spectacular, isn't it? Mm. So, the harmonic qualities of these chants really do contribute to a contemplative atmosphere.
Yes.
And another one is the didgeridoo in Indigenous Australian culture. This is a wind instrument and it's used in spiritual ceremonies. Its deep, resonant tones are believed to connect with ancestral spirits and dreamtime stories, and that's embodying archetypal elements. Mm-hmm. Now, much of this sound and archetypal imagery is detailed in various philosophies. For example, Nada Brahma, which translates to sound is God in Hindu philosophy. So this concept asserts the entire universe is created through sound. Sound vibrations represent the divine and form the basis of creation. Also, the Greeks used logos in their ancient philosophies. So the term logos in ancient Greek philosophy represents the divine principle of order and knowledge. It is associated with sound, symbolizing the fundamental structure of the cosmos. So the combination of sound and symbols enriches spiritual and cultural practices, offering a multi-sensory experience that resonates on different levels. Sound frequencies, when paired with archetypal symbols, enhance the symbolic resonance, creating a more profound connection to the collective unconscious. And practices that incorporate sound and archetypal symbols, such as tuning fork therapy, aim to facilitate healing and transformation by harmonizing both the auditory and symbolic aspects of the human experience. The historical and cultural intersections of sound and symbols reveals a rich tapestry of human expression, where sonic vibrations amplify the significance of archetypal images in diverse traditions and contexts. Tuning fork therapy utilizes the principles of sound resonance and vibration to balance and harmonize the body's energy centers, or chakras. And as we have spoken about regularly, each tuning fork is associated with specific frequencies that correspond to particular chakras and, by extension, therefore, archetypal energies. Tuning forks are applied to specific points on or around the body, aligning with the chakras. This process aims to restore balance to the energy centers, promoting holistic well-being. So a couple of examples might be the base or the root chakra, the Muladhara. It's symbolizing stability and grounding. The base chakra is often paired with archetypal images of, say, a sturdy tree or a mountain. Tuning forks corresponding to the base chakra may evoke these symbols during a sound therapy session. Another might be the heart chakra or the anahata, representing, of course, love and compassion. The heart chakra may be linked to archetypal images of interconnected hearts or the universal symbol of love. Tuning forks for the heart chakra align with these symbols to enhance healing. Now, sound therapists often guide individuals through meditation and visualization during tuning fork sessions. The imagery invoked aligns with archetypal symbols, amplifying the therapeutic effects of the session. Practitioners like me will tailor tuning fork sessions to individuals, considering their unique energy imbalances and emotional states. Archetypal symbols provide a framework for understanding and addressing these imbalances, and the combination of sound frequencies, archetypal symbols, facilitate emotional release and transformation. Clients may experience a deep connection to these universal themes, and that helps the healing on both psychological and spiritual levels. Mindfulness practices such as conscious breathing and present moment awareness complement tuning fork therapy. The integration of archetypal symbols adds a layer of depth to these mindfulness techniques. Tuning fork therapy, by incorporating archetypal images and symbols, transcends the purely physical aspects of sound therapy. It provides a holistic approach that resonates with the core of human consciousness, promoting balance, healing, and transformation. Remember, the echoes of universal archetypes intertwine with the vibration of tuning forks, creating a symphony of wellness for mind, body, and spirit. So, as Carl Jung, the pioneer of archetypal psychology, said, your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes.
So very true, Amanda. I was really wondering actually today how you were going to link all these archetypes to sound, but like all of your tune-in segments, and like the true artist you are, you did it with an air of effortlessness and ease. So thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Okay, I've attentively listened and jotted notations in anticipation of Curious Conversations segment. where I get to ask Amanda some questions relating to today's topic of archetypes and sonic symbols. So I'd like to start by asking, in what ways do archetypal images influence our emotions and perceptions?
So, in essence, archetypal images act as a universal language that communicates with the deeper layers of our psyche, influencing our emotional landscape and shaping our perceptions of the world. They are deeply rooted in the collective unconscious and can provoke powerful responses that transcend cultural and individual differences.
Right.
So, some examples might be the mother archetype. It may evoke feelings of nurturance and security, while the shadow archetype may bring about discomfort or fear. The emotional charge associated with these symbols can influence our mood and responses. I mean, there is also the cultural conditioning. So archetypal images are embedded in cultural narratives, myths and stories. Like, you know, the story of King Arthur, or the story of how Buddha became enlightened, or Jesus for that matter. These are what we would call the hero's journey archetype.
Right.
So these stories generally follow the same plot: the initial call to adventure, a refusal to answer the call, and then there is some sort of supernatural aid, and then the ordeal itself, or the test against enemies or demons or whatever it is.
Yes.
And then ultimately the reward and the road back, or resurrection as it were, that emphasizes the cycle nature of things. It's in all the movies too. And these images are designed to cultivate bravery and resilience.
Right.
And when you grow up surrounded by these symbols, you can understand how individuals would develop emotional connections and associations, you know, that shape their worldview.
Indeed, they would, and they do. A powerfully messaged archetype for sure. So, leading on from that, are there specific archetypes or symbols that you find particularly powerful in the realms of, you know, tuning fork therapy and sound therapy in general?
Yeah, there are so many actually. Yeah. The most obvious ones are the chakras and the frequencies used in order to balance them. So, yes, I do use these symbols all the time in my practice. So, you know, the base chakra is representative of family. So you're healing the archetypal images like the mother and father in that chakra. You know, if there's an imbalance with feeling safe and secure. So there's just so many archetypal images that are powerful, you know, and some of them are the sacred geometry shapes too.
All right.
You know, like the geometric pattern called the flower of life.
Oh, yes. You have a tuning fork boot with that pattern on it, yeah?
Yes, we do. It's very popular, actually, as you can imagine. And there are others like the Yin and Yang, or the Mandala, or the spiral. These are all powerful transformative symbols. I mean, you could also include sounds like the gong or the chanting mantras. These are most definitely very important and influential archetypes.
Okay, so sound is an archetype as well. Okay.
Yeah, well, you know, when it's used in conjunction with the frequencies of tuning forks, I've seen incredible transformations take place.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess the understanding of archetypes enhances the effectiveness of the tuning fork therapy.
Yes, for sure. In fact, I believe they are inexorably linked together.
Indeed.
The understanding of archetypes enhances the effectiveness of tuning fork therapy in several ways. Archetypes carry universal meanings and symbolism that transcend cultural and personal boundaries. When incorporated into tuning fork therapy, these symbols can resonate deeply with individuals, tapping into a collective unconscious, and that enhances the therapeutic impact of the session. Archetypes can evoke strong emotional and psychological responses, and by aligning specific archetypes with tuning fork frequencies, a therapist can create a more profound connection between the sonic vibrations and the individual's inner world. This psychological resonance can contribute to a more impactful and transformative healing experience. Archetypes such as those associated with the hero's journey or transformative cycles provide a framework for understanding personal growth and healing. So with tuning fork therapy in general, a therapist can guide an individual or a group for that matter through a truly unique healing journey, using archetypal symbols to navigate challenges, celebrate victories, and really foster self-discovery. Because archetypes often represent specific energies or qualities when they're paired with the tuning fork frequencies that say correspond to energy centers like chakras, the therapy becomes more targeted and aligned. This can help rebalance and harmonize the energetic system.
Life is hard, but finding a really great podcast makes the days go by so much easier. Hi, my name is Blue Telusma. I'm a writer, an emotional intelligence coach, and the host of Humanize with Blue Telusma, a podcast where we believe that when you humanize everyone in the room, a great conversation is almost guaranteed. Join us every week here on Electricast as me and my guest co-hosts unpack big topics and interview even bigger personalities with a sense of humor and a dash of mischief. If you're looking for a new best friend in your head, we've got you covered. Electricast.
Like we talked about earlier, archetypes are often woven into myths, stories, and cultural narratives. Integrating storytelling and metaphorical language into tuning fork sessions enhances the therapeutic process. It allows individuals to connect with the symbolism of the narrative level, making the healing experience more engaging and memorable. Archetypes bridge the gap between mental and physical aspects of healing. When individuals identify with a particular archetype, it can influence their thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. Tuning fork therapy guided by archetypal symbolism can therefore address imbalances in both the mental and physical spaces.
Yeah, I can definitely see how they would both go together, and I can see a connection between archetypal images and all the universal energies that we've discussed in previous episodes.
Yes, definitely. And in our previous discussions about universal energies, we talked about the idea that there's a cosmic force, a universal life energy that connects all of existence. So when we turn our attention to archetypal images, we're essentially looking at symbolic representations that tap into this very same cosmic awareness.
Yeah.
Archetypes are universal symbols that have transcended time and culture. They embody fundamental aspects of the human experience. These symbols, whether it's the hero's journey, the mother figure, or the wise elder, are like energetic blueprints embedded in the collective consciousness. So when we consider the vibrations and frequencies we've explored in tuning fork therapy, there's a fascinating parallel because the universal energies that we've discussed previously can be likened to the energetic frequencies that tuning forks represent. So these frequencies resonate not just within us, but also connect us to the broader universal energies that archetypes symbolize. So when I'm working with tuning forks and incorporating archetypal images, it's about aligning with these universal patterns. I would liken it to tuning into the cosmic radio station of existence.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep.
Now, the archetypes serve as channels, each resonating with a specific frequency that harmonizes with the universal energies we've explored in earlier episodes. So, in a sense, the archetypal images become a bridge between our individual energies, the frequencies of the tuning forks, and the vast universal energies that surround us. It's a holistic approach that acknowledges the interconnectedness of our personal journeys with the grand symphony of the cosmos.
That is excellent, yes, for sure. So I'm going to be a bit greedy here and sneak in another question. So in your experience, how have individuals responded to the incorporation of archetypal symbols in your sound healing sessions?
Oh, That's a great question. Okay, so I've got a couple of things that I can talk about here. So in our practitioner training, we actually work with archetypes as well. It's one of our protocols. And even when students are working with it, they find profound changes because we're working with the 4 main archetypes that everyone has. So that is the child, it's the prostitute, it's the saboteur, and the victim. Now, these don't sound all that nice to a lot of people, but we all have it because they're survival archetypes. They're how we keep ourselves safe. So you might know somebody in your life who is always complaining, it's always poor me, that's the victim. So it's keeping you small. These ones, when you get on the other side of it though, so people who have had a lot of hardship and may have seen themselves as a victim, when they heal that, they're actually able to help other people with compassion and with a kindness that they may not have had if they hadn't been through it. So every archetype has its limiting aspect, and then when it's been healed, it has its expansive aspect. So it's a really fascinating subject to get into and look at your own healing as well. Now, when I work with some archetypes with clients, it's often comes up as the parent archetype. So you can see how having a limiting aspect with the mother or the father archetype may link in with that basic archetype of the child. So you're really working with people healing through a lot of things that have been handed down as well from their parents. So it's such an expansive experience when people are working through these archetypes. It could be the archetype of the eternal student. So they're always studying, and this person believes that they're not good enough. They have to keep learning more, where in fact, if you are on the healed side of that archetype, you're a lifelong learner because you're so curious, a bit like Steve, but you're believing that you actually got knowledge and you can share it with other people rather than thinking that you're not enough.
Yes.
So,
or wanting to be better than people because, look at me, I've got all these
8 degrees and
yeah,
that's right. Mm-hmm. So in a balanced aspect, it can be so expansive and such a beautiful experience. So really all it is giving us the opportunity to have a look at ourselves and where do I need to heal? And they're not bad aspects about ourselves. Like people talk about the shadow work. They're just things that we haven't found yet. So that's why I really love working with archetypes and why I like teaching students about it as well, because we're just helping each other grow and expand and become, so much better within
more
ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, more conscious. I was getting a bit carried away there. I couldn't think of my own words.
Well, look, thanks, Amanda, for a truly fascinating and informative, curious conversation segment there. To be honest, I'd never really dissected this topic before, so I am finding it truly eye-opening, understanding how this all fits in with what it is that you do.
Yeah, I really do love it.
Yeah, it shows. So now, like watering the cactus, it's time for harmony in practice.
What is watering a cactus? What does that even mean?
I have no idea. Is there an archetypal image for a cactus? Anyway,
yes.
Best I could do for rhyming practice. There isn't a lot. Wactus, fractus, Damascus.
Now, I know Damascus is a word, but I'm not sure about the other two.
Okay. Fair enough. Anyway, time for Harmony in Practice, the segment where Amanda provides some practical tips on how to combine tuning forks and wellness practices into our everyday lives. So, what have you got for us this week, Amanda?
Okay, well, I thought we could try a few archetypal meditation techniques.
Excellent.
Yeah, so, okay. Archetypal imagery is such a rich source of meditative nourishment and Here, we will blend archetypal imagery with sonic vibrations, utilizing tuning forks to enhance the meditative practice. Now, these techniques aim to tap into the universal symbols and energies represented by archetypes, promoting a deeper connection to one's inner self and the collective unconscious. But here are a few that you might like to try.
Okay, fire away.
Archetypal visual meditation. So begin by selecting a specific archetype or symbol that resonates with your current emotional or spiritual state. So, you might want to work on one of the mother or father archetypes or the heart. So using tuning forks with the frequencies associated with your archetype. So I'd say with the heart, it'd be a 432 hertz. The mother or father, you might like to go for a 144 hertz. So you activate your tuning fork, close your eyes, you relax, you visualize that archetype, and you allow its symbolic energy to unfold in your mind.
Wow.
So you're sounding the tuning fork periodically to harmonize the meditation experience, aligning the sonic vibrations with the archetypal imagery. You could tap into the hero's journey meditation. So we spoke a bit today on the hero's journey archetype, a narrative pattern found in myths and stories worldwide. Now, using tuning forks corresponding to the stages of the hero's journey, so the departure, initiation, and return. So, for the initiation, you might want to start with, say, a 174 hertz, and then when they're really deep in the journey, you could do the 144 hertz, and then the coming home could be, say, a 639 hertz.
Okay.
Something a little bit
higher
frequency. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This gives you the opportunity to reflect on your own life journey, resonating with the archetypal energies of growth, challenges, and transformation. Every experience we have has those aspects. So integrate the tuning fork sounds to emphasize this transformative aspect of the meditation.
Okay.
You might like to try a chakra archetype alignment. Now, we've spoken a lot about this in previous episodes, but aligning specific archetypes with corresponding chakras and considering their archetypal significant association to these energy centers is a great way to ground and harmonize. So use tuning forks tuned to chakra frequencies and archetypal resonances. So like I mentioned the base chakra before, so if we went up to the crown chakra, we might use that symbol of the lotus opening, and you might use a fork like the what will we use here, say a 528 hertz.
Yes, a favorite.
Yeah, and so you could meditate on each chakra archetype connection and visualize the harmonization of both energy systems. So employ tuning forks to balance and enhance the vibrational alignment.
Right.
Now, you could sound journey with mythological archetypes.
Oh, this sounds interesting.
Another thing that I love exploring. So you could choose mythological archetypes from various cultures. It could be gods, goddesses, could be, dragons, all of those mythic creatures. There's so many, and it really depends on what resonates with you. Now, I know Steve loves a bit of mystic mythology, so
yes, I do.
Here's a few suggestions. Okay. So there's a bit of a list.
Yep.
In Greek mythology, it could be Athena, the goddess of wisdom, strategy, and warfare.
So you think I should associate with her?
You could, but why thinking
I didn't know she
you?
was warfare. I didn't know. Okay,
Well,
there you go.
well, strategy is warfare.
Yeah,
It doesn't
okay.
mean that you're killing people,
Yep.
going,
Okay.
it could be
Yep.
gentle
Yes, true.
strategy.
Yep.
But probably for you, I would say Apollo, the god of music, poetry, and healing.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You know, in Norse mythology, there's Freya, the goddess of love, beauty, and fertility. Thor, who we all know, the god of thunder, lightning, and protection. Hindu mythology is Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, prosperity, and fortune. Ganesha, the elephant-headed god of wisdom and new beginnings. In Egyptian mythology, Isis, the goddess of magic, motherhood, and fertility. Ra, the sun god, symbolizing creation and life. In Chinese mythology, you've got Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion and mercy. So I do work with this one a bit. Fuji, a mythological emperor associated with the creation of humanity. In Celtic mythology, there is Cernunnos, the horned god of nature, fertility, and the underworld. Brigid, the goddess of inspiration, healing, and craftsmanship. In Japanese mythology, Amaterasu, the sun goddess associated with light and life. Susanoo, the god of storms and the sea. In Native American mythology, white buffalo calf woman. I do work with this energy also. A sacred figure associated with peace and spirituality. Raven, a trickster figure in various Native American cultures. In African mythology, Anansi, the spider god, known for storytelling and wisdom, you know, spinning a story. So Oshun, the goddess of love, fertility, and rivers in the Yoruba mythology. Mesopotamian mythology, Inanna, the Sumerian goddess of love, beauty, and fertility.
Lots of goddesses of love, beauty, and fertility.
Yes, they all intersect. If you actually look at them, a lot of them represent the same things. And finally, Marduk, the Babylonian god associated with justice and order.
Okay.
And you can see how these are all in the tarot as well. So here you need to select your tuning fork that represents the vibrational essence of this archetype. So embark on a sound journey, immerse yourself in the sonic landscape of these mythological energies. Allow the tuning fork frequencies to guide your meditation, invoking archetypal qualities for personal exploration. When incorporating these mythological archetypes into meditation, consider the qualities and energies of each deity, what it represents. Choose archetypes that resonate with your intentions and explore their symbolism to enhance your meditation experience. Now, the use of tuning forks tuned to frequencies aligned with these archetypes can further amplify the vibrational resonance during the meditation journey.
That is a fantastic list of mythological archetypes there. And yes, a lot of them crossing over with each other. And plenty I've never even heard of. So I think that list deserves a post for people to refer to.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so there are a couple more that I have.
Yep.
Alchemy and transformation meditation. So explore archetypal symbols related to alchemy and transformation.
I think we're doing a show on alchemy and transmutation through sound a little later in this series.
Yes, we are. And again, another rich source for archetypal symbols and meditations. So a few you might consider are the Ouroboros. The symbol is a serpent or dragon eating its own tail, forming a circle.
Oh, yeah.
This represents eternal cycles, renewal, and the unity of opposites. The Philosopher's Stone. So it's a legendary substance capable of turning base metals into gold and granting immortality. So it signifies spiritual enlightenment, transformation, and the pursuit of inner perfection. The caduceus, the symbol of a staff with two serpents entwined and wings at the top, associated with Hermes in Greek mythology, symbolizing healing, balance, and transcendence. The alchemical egg, the symbol is an egg often in a nest or held by a serpent. It represents the prima materia, the beginning of transformation and the potential for rebirth. The green lion devouring the sun. It's a green lion consuming the sun, symbolizing the transformative fire or solar energy that purifies and transmutes. The squaring of the circle.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, so this symbol is attempting to construct a square with the same area as a given circle, which represents the union of opposites, the reconciliation of conflicting elements. The rosy cross, it's a cross with a rose at the center.
Oh, I know that one too.
And it signifies the union of the spiritual and the material, as well as the blossoming of the soul. The 3 primes, the symbols are salt, sulfur, and mercury, representing the fundamental components in alchemical processes, symbolizing body, soul, and spirit. The rebus, it's a hermaphroditic figure combining male and female elements. It symbolizes the integration of opposites and the achievement of unity. So again, incorporate tuning forks tuned to frequencies associated with alchemical processes. Meditate on the symbolic journey of transmutation and personal evolution. Use tuning forks to amplify the transformative energies within the meditation. These archetypal symbols are rich in allegorical meanings and have been used historically to convey the profound spiritual and transformative aspects of alchemical processes. And Steve, I know you love a good allegory.
It's true, I do.
Yes, your rhyming and rhythm are on point today. So yes, incorporating these symbols into meditation or contemplation along with the use of tuning forks attuned to specific frequencies can deepen the connection with the archetypal energies associated with alchemy and transformation.
Excellent.
And lastly, just a very simple but powerful mandala resonance meditation. Create a mandala representing a collection of archetypal symbols. Integrate tuning forks aligned with the frequencies of the mandala's components. Meditate on the interconnectedness of the symbols and their resonance within your being. Sound the tuning forks to enhance the vibrational coherence of the mandala meditation.
That is fantastic. So plenty of options for people to choose from there. Look, and I can't wait to see the mythological archetypes list. And so I'm saddened to say that for today we're near the end of the show and it will be time to go.
Oh my goodness.
But before we do, Amanda, can you let everyone know what we have coming up next week?
Sure thing. Next week, we're looking at the collective unconsciousness and sound healing and how tuning forks can tap into the collective.
Sounds good to me, Sport. And so what's your final thought?
Sport?
Yeah, sorry, it sounds a bit disrespectful, doesn't it? Searching for rhymes here. I mean, look, I mean it in a friendly, Australian, Aussie kind of way. Good on your, Sport.
People still say that here? Like,
I think so.
Do they?
Yeah, it's a little dated, but
yeah, it was a big...
so am I. So anyway, what's your closing contemplation for us all?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this week is an anonymous piece of wisdom.
Okay.
In the dance of energies and frequencies, remember, energy flows where attention goes. So direct your focus wisely to create your harmonious reality.
And there you have it, a perfectly timed rhyming couplet to complete today's archetypal journey. Brilliant, Amanda. So, once again, it's that time where I say thank you to all our lovely listeners and thank you to all those who get in contact with us. And please go and check us out at biofieldbeing.com.au for all your tuning fork and wellness wants and needs. You can reach out to us via email at hello@biofieldbeing.com.au or our Facebook or Instagram or whatever floats your goat. So in the meantime, be happy, stay safe, and if we don't see you at the Mind, Body, Spirit this weekend, then we'll see you all next week on Tune In to Sound Wellbeing.
Hi, I'm Lessa Gadet, host of her Extraordinary Life by Design podcast, where we celebrate women who are shaping their lives one extraordinary day at a time. I speak with women from all over the world about what they do and how they are passionately pursuing their dreams and creating meaningful impacts on their communities. So come join us and learn about all there is to learn about these extraordinary women.
Welcome to Ringside with Ray and Prince. My name is Ray Leonard Jr.
Oh, was that the set? No, that's just my dad.
My name is Prince Daniels Jr.
Daniels again with a big home touchdown.
On this show, we come to humanize
Athletes, entertainers, business executives. We're going to see what makes them tick.
Tuesdays, 10 a.m. Pacific time on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and wherever you get your podcasts.
We'll see you there. Peace and power.
Electric acid. Electric acid.